Hello everyone, my name is Banana. Yes, my name is Banana. I'm not really that good when it comes to making names, but this is what we got. I used to have a different name on this channel, but I kind of just found it boring and I wanted to change it. And I just kind of went for something that's probably arguably worse, but I think it's fine. So basically, what this channel used to be, it was mostly just like a speed painting channel with like a few when I say a few, I mean one, and like some badly animation stuff. But now I kind of like want to just change it up and make something else of it. Because recently I have been like making ideas of having like a political channel or like a painting channel or like a channel where I do speed paints or I make like some comics on it and I have like people voice dub over it. And I kind of like want to do like so many different things, but like then I had to realize that to do that I would make like so many different channels. But like I didn't really want to do that because it's like way too much work for me. So I just decided to just make like all that in one channel where I just basically just draw and pretty much rant. That's basically what I do, and that's what I kind of like to do anyways in like real life. I just like talking and ranting, and also drawing. So anytime like there's like a relevant topic or a video that someone else made that I really want to talk about, or if I just like have like a comic idea and I just want to draw it and like explain the comic idea, then that's what this channel is basically about. It's kind of like a diary or something like that, which is like I'm trying to capitalize on it. So basically for this speed paint, I'm just trying to make like the character sprites of my, I guess like quote unquote OC, but then not really OC because it's kind of a self insert, but then it's not really a self insert because it's like, I mean it kind of is I guess technically because it's me, but like very very different obviously. Like for example like I'm more of like I guess I say like in the characters right here of like an elf, I guess, but like a really gross nasty elf. Like normally I just try to like go for more of like a cottagecore vibe because I genuinely like enjoy it that much, but I didn't want it to be like a pretty cute one like the last my other like kind of character sprite was supposed to be, which was like a fairy, but she was like really pretty and like kind of cool. This one I tried to make her like kind of ugly and unsettling because I don't know, like for me personally, like there's something like really admirable about like ugly characters to the point where I just find them really endearing and cute. Like for example, like her smile, for example. I say example toy, but her smile. Like her smile, I try to make it look like not an elegant and pretty smile, more of like a gross and unsettling one. Because I generally kind of like, I generally see my own smile in real life to be not the best, like the prettiest smile. So like I try to like use that idea of like making the like ugly smiles I see in other people's art and like try to like bring that into my own to make it like more like kind of endearing, and so I can kind of come up with my own like kind of smile in real life, kind of like Alistair from Hell of a Hasman Hotel, where he has like a very like uncomfortable like smile, but it to me it looks very endearing and I really like it, and I like seeing other people's creation of it. It makes me super happy. So that's what we're doing. Like the only thing that's similar, I guess, to me is like the skin color, and that's pretty much it. But like for the personality of this character sprite, it of course is gonna have like my own personality in it because it is like kind of me. But I feel like this person is a little bit more like sassy and like satirical because like generally for me, I'm not really like all that like sassy and satirical in that much sense. Well, I am sometimes, but like I try to like kind of like hide that a little bit more, and like generally just like try to have like a more of like a friendly, optimistic side. And I'm pretty sure like that's gonna eventually like show into my like character because like I said, it is me at the end of the day. So you are gonna see that type of character. But for her, like I just want to be like a little bit more open and a little bit more expressive of like how I actually think, and that tends to be a lot more like sassy and a lot more like pessimistic or something like that, like sassy, kind of rude and all that other stuff. Because normally when I notice about things about myself, when I get more and more expressive, the more sassier and like more kind of like I guess like I don't know like more assertive I can be. Because like normally, generally, in like my actual real life, I tend to like hold back on my actual like opinions or beliefs on certain things because like I generally feel like it may be like something like the unpopular opinion or something like that. But like here, I like what else people are gonna do? It's my channel. I can say what I want on this channel. It's not like people are gonna shame me for saying what I want to say on this place. Okay, so what should I talk about next? As you can probably tell, like this isn't scripted. I'm just like just thinking off the top of my head, which is probably not a smart idea for me to do because I generally just like kind of go off topic and babble about something else. Like I don't know why I didn't use a script. A script is dang near required for me. But basically, like when I try to do like more like when I say like I want to get into more like the kind of commentary side mostly, but like at the same time, I'm not really 100% sure if that's the like area on YouTube where I want to be in like the community, because like I don't know, like the more of like commentary side, it's generally kind of toxic, and I don't really enjoy it that much. But I mean, I still enjoy it, but like there's just certain people in this fandom where I just like kind of like sit there and think like, why why do you want to be here? So that's why I kind of like want to like also participate in other things. I just don't want to like talk about certain like being one certain thing, because eventually I know, knowing being me, I'm gonna probably get like kind of bored and want to do something else. So I can just like focus on something different, or maybe like do something else, and also just give my opinions about that as well. Or like for example like TV shows or movies or something like that. I also like enjoy like personally for me, rather than like talking about other things as well. Another thing that's probably going to be a little bit weird, or like also kind of be stressful, is more like a political like commentary, because I do have like a very strong interest in politics. I do really, and I would say I'm pretty like on a left leaning side, more like left leaning, hard leaning left leaning side. But there are like certain aspects where I do want to like express my opinions on like the right or the left, where I kind of like agree or I disagree. Mostly gonna be disagreeing with like a lot of the right, but like there are some aspects of the left where I want to talk about, where I can push their beliefs, where I think it's good, and also like try to use my platform to talk about certain parts of the left where I don't disagree. I disagree with, and I just like want to call out, because there are certain parts of like the online left, or just the left in general, where I like don't agree, or I think some things are like unnecessary or dumb, or like I can act that actually like goes against our beliefs and like the left's general beliefs, and use my platform to just basically call them out. Like for example, there's like a kind of like not more of like a kind of like quote unquote movement. It's not really that big of a movement, but it's still heavily not called out, especially on the left, which is kind of concerning. And it's basically just mostly like kind of like black separatism. Now, I don't agree with them at all. Like basically, they kind of believe that like the races, like black people and white people, should like live separately. And for me personally, I think that's very dumb. Like as we see multiple times throughout history, like that whole mindset of like keeping races separate has led to like a lot of issues, specifically to like what is that? Specifically to black people. And I generally do not see that many people on the left call them out, because I feel like a lot of them like view it as like, oh well, it's just like a black person like speaking their truth, and you know, and like we don't want to talk over her, because the whole like let like black people speak for themselves. And I still agree with that. Like I think people, they should be like giving black people their voices, but not that like certain voices just shouldn't be heard. And they're literally spewing like kind of like basically like white nationalist talking points, but more in the favor of their own side. Maybe, you know, maybe we should just not let them talk. You know, maybe sometimes black people can have their bad opinions as well. And it kind of sucks, because like I know that's not like an opinion like majority of the left holds, but like the fact people aren't calling it out is not good. And I feel like people, specifically on the right, can use it against us and make the movement be like something completely different, when it's not anything we're trying to like strive for. So I'm gonna try to use my platform to like just talk about that, and try to encourage other people to like just call, like don't be afraid to call that mess out. Like, it's okay. Like, if it's not good, it's not good. Like make sure to call it out, regardless of who saying it. Okay, another thing, I have to be honest. I'm listening like back to the audio of my voice, and my goodness, my voice is not appealing in the slightest bit or slightest sense. Like it's so low and whispery. Like I really want to talk louder, but like I have people in this house, Like there's people in the same house as me, and I don't want them to hear me. So like I may have to get like a pitch, like a kind of like a thing where they like kind of shifts my voice to make it sound like a little bit more endearing. But like then again, I'm not 100% sure because then again, like this is my first time videotaping my voice, and I'm kind of a little bit like shy for some reason. I'm shy to literally like type something. I haven't talked that much, or haven't talked this much in a good while, but still, I still think I can make it work though. Maybe if I just like kind of do this a lot more, it'll be a lot more like much more comfortable with me. Just like how every other kind of YouTube video starts off. Okay, so I talked about like political stuff. I talk about like general commentary stuff about like stuff I like. I don't know, like the community, a relevant topic, or like TV shows or something like that. So basically, I want to get more into like the art territory. So basically, I'm with like to consider like a pretty decent cartoon artist. I generally enjoy drawing for the most part, specifically cartoon art. Like I would say my art style is more of like a kind of like cartoon anime inspired kind of style. But I'm trying to like I did for a good while in my life or my art life, where I did have like more of like an anime ish style, since anime was like the one that really like got me into like drawing or like drawing again, like taking my art really seriously. But over time, I eventually kind of like gave up on anime style and went back to more of like a Western American cartoon style, more like a Disney style, because I admire Disney art so much. But then after a while, I kind of like wanted to like it went from like just making cool illustrations and stuff like that to like being more of like a comic book artist. There was a good chunk of my life where I wanted to be an animator, and I still enjoy the idea. And when I get into college, I still like want to learn how to do animations, because I feel like, especially for this channel, working on some animations would be really fun and really interesting. But however, it's just like a little bit too much work, and there's nothing really anywhere where I can like make an illustration or take like illustration classes, since I am going to college pretty soon, I have to say. So, but like my main goal is to be a comic book artist, and I will try to use this channel to like promote or like give ideas, or maybe just like kind of think of ideas for a comic book idea. Like soon, I want to upload a video of a speed paint of characters I'm trying to make into a show. Like for example, I have this upcoming comic about, basically it's just like about a bunch of people that get accepted into a mechanical engineering school where they can learn how to make like robots or electronics or automobiles or any type of like form of mechanical engineering. I actually will be having a video showing or drawing like the main 4 characters, and the comic book idea is going to be a comic book, obviously. And I generally really like to have it published, not published, but like just on the online, like on online somewhere, maybe like a webtoon or just somewhere online where I can just get it out there. Because I generally do like the characters and I do like the story. Because for a good time in my life, I did really like, had a thing for like robots, and I was really into it. But I gotta be honest, I just couldn't bring myself to like find anything not interesting, but like to make something about it. But so I just basically made into a comic and just tried to do my own research about like mechanical engineering into it. But it's not only that though. I have like so much more ideas that I really want to get out there that I think are kind of fun and interesting, and characters I really enjoy. Alright, I'm all done drawing. Let's see how they turned out. Okay, and there we have it. These are all the drawings that I have done for my character sprites. I really enjoy literally all of them. I think they're pretty cute. I like how it turned out. And I really hope I can probably make more. But as of right now, these will do. thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope I can make more as soon as I possibly can, and I really hope most of you will come back to watch even more of these videos and just like enjoy me hearing like rant about stuff that I find interesting. I will do everything in my power to make it sound interesting. Okay, I'm exhausted. That's enough talking. Goodbye.